Hi everyone! So today I'm going to show you how to make the most delicious tofu popcorn with no flour and no coating whatsoever. All we need is a block of tofu and 2 additional ingredients, secret ingredients you probably already have in your kitchen. So first of all, we're going to start with a nice block of tofu, and this one I'm having is extra firm. So anything from firm, extra firm will be perfect. There are a couple of things you want to check when you get your tofu. So turn the package around and check the ingredients. There really should be only 3 ingredients maximum with your tofu. First of all, there will be water content, so water will be one of them. And soya beans, that's pretty obvious. That's the main ingredient for our tofu. And nigari. So nigari essentially is a salt-like mineral extracted from the seawater. So it's been used traditionally in tofu making since the invention of tofu, probably for centuries. So nigari is the agent that makes soya milk curdle to turn it into bean curds. That's very similar to making cheese with the milk. Tofu essentially is plant-based cheese. So these 3 ingredients are the only thing you should see in the ingredients list. If there's anything more beyond that, such as starch or any kind of preservative, switch brand. Change to a different brand. So the foundation of any tofu dish is to start with good tofu. And let me just show you quickly what a firm tofu looks like. I grew up eating tofu all my life, but not everybody's familiar with it. So I'm going to remove the package and show you what it's like on the inside. There we go. So I've removed the outer package, and this is what it looks like inside. As you can see, it's very firm, but still got some bounce to it. And what I'm going to do with the tofu, there will be some water in a package. So I'm going to just soak up the excess water on the outside with a piece of kitchen towel. Just take off the excess water here. There you go. And I'm going to cut the tofu into bite-sized, kind of popcorn size, if you like. So I'm going to just roughly cut the tofu into 4 pieces to start with, and then cut them into cubes. So obviously you don't want them too big because we want to be able to fry them thoroughly and make them nice and crispy. And I'm going to do the same with the remaining 2 pieces. So easy peasy already. This is something you can rustle up in no time. Here we go. So these are my tofu cubes, nice and lovely. And you know what? We're ready to make the popcorn. So here's my frying pan. So I'm going to share with you the 2 secret ingredients we need to make the best tofu popcorn with no coating, no flour required. The first one is salt. So it's a no-brainer. It seasons the tofu, but also help the tofu to release any excess liquid in the tofu and makes it nice and firm and lovely to eat. The second secret ingredient is coconut oil. So a lot of people don't know this, and I actually discovered kind of by accident just through cooking. Coconut oil makes the tofu super crispy on the outside. So it might be the fact that coconut oil is able to reach higher heat point when it comes to cooking. So it's able to make the tofu super crispy. So let's make the delicious tofu popcorn. So the first thing I'm going to do is to scoop in a generous amount of coconut oil on my frying pan. So the amount will depend on how much tofu you've got. I've got a nice big block here, lovely. And I'm going to turn the heat on. So I'm going for medium heat, just allow the oil to melt in the frying pan. Coconut oil is melted pretty much, and I'm still on medium heat. And what I'm going to do is just take my tofu cubes here, and I'm going to pop in one by one, just very gently squeeze, a gentle squeeze of each block, each cube, just very gently without breaking them. And some of them you can just leave them as a cube, but we just want that irregular shape to create more edges for the tofu to fry and come out really fun and lovely. So just give them a gentle squeeze, and as you start to do that, just move the tofu around gently. So just stop them from sticking a little bit. Some of them you can probably leave them in cubes, no problem. And then move the tofu around as you do so. Super easy. I mean, to be honest, if you want to leave them as in cubes, that's perfectly fine. I just like the fun factor of that slightly rough shapes of the tofu. And keep it rustic, you know. Move it around a little bit. The lovely sizzling sound. Very therapeutic. I mean, if you hear the sound when you're cooking, you know something good is happening. Very nice. I'm almost done here. And last piece, good. And now I'm going to just move the tofu around. Allow the tofu to be coated thoroughly with the oil. And then I'm going to up the heat just tiny bit. So we're still in the medium heat, but maybe go to the upper end of your medium heat there. And if you need to add a little bit more oil, you can do so. This is a very, very easy dish here. And all we're doing here, just allow the tofu to start to brown on the surface a little bit. And depends on your frying pan, you might get some stuck at the bottom. To be honest, that's the best bit. If you have that, just kind of move it around, scrape it off the bottom of the frying pan with a spatula. Those bits are the best. They're going to be super crispy, good. And I think we're ready to sprinkle some salt. So I've got molten salt here, and I'm going to sprinkle generous amount. You don't want to overdo it, but just enough to coat your tofu here. And then move the tofu around. The salt obviously providing seasoning. So use your favorite salt, Himalayan salts, molten salts, all really good. But also it's helping the tofu to release any excess liquid, water content in the tofu. And so it helps the tofu to become crispy and firm. That's what we want, slightly chewy. Oh, so good. And now just allow the tofu to fry and move the tofu pieces from time to time and just watch this glorious process happen. Oh, look at this. The golden crust on the outside of the tofu. We're almost done. So I'm going to transfer my tofu on top of kitchen towel just to soak up any excess oil there. Lovely. Our tofu popcorn is ready. So look at our tofu pieces. Can you hear that sound? That's the sound of crispiness. You can easily just eat them like this. Just dip the pieces in your keto ketchup or mayo. But today I'm going to show you how to transform it into a party dish. So I'm going to chop some spring onions here. So I've got a couple of stalks here and just remove the tips. And I'm going to just slice it into thin pieces. Lovely. And then one ripe avocado is such a nutritious dish this is going to be. Remove the skin. I'm going to transfer my avocado pieces here. And I'm going to just chop my avocado finely. And from here, I'm going to sprinkle some of my spring onions. I'm going to save some for garnish. A little bit of salt, sprinkle. You can add some pepper if you like. And a tiny drizzle of olive oil. So we're kind of making a guacamole of sorts. Chop and mix everything together. And you can taste it to see if you've got enough salt here. Oh, so good. So delicious. Oh my God. Lovely. That's our avocado. So I've got a piece of baking sheet here. So I'm going to just fold it over like this. Just cross over and then roll the sheet around until I create a little cone. Cut the edges in a little bit like this. And then here's my little serving platter here. And what I'm going to do is to pop my tofu into the little cone here. Pop the whole thing in. And I'm going to just pop my little nest of popcorn on top. There you go, that is so cute. And I'm going to take my avocado dip here and just scoop the dip on top of my platter. I'm going to build a little mountain here. It's all about presentation now. A little mountain. And then I've got some lovely kimchi here. So remove any excess water here. And I'm going to just pop my kimchi to the side here. And build another small mountain next to my avocado. And then finally, a little sprinkle of the spring onion everywhere. Oh my God. It is so pretty and smells wonderful. So there you go. This is how you serve your popcorn tofu. So super easy. So let's have a taste. You can dip into the avocado here. Can you hear that? So delicious. Let's have a dip. Lovely and crispy. It's such a great snack and party food. And you can have all sorts of dips that you enjoy. It will go with anything. And you can pop them on top of a salad as part of the main meal. It's so versatile and so delicious. And it's a great source of plant protein. I hope you enjoyed today's recipe and will give it a go. This is so simple. This is something you can rustle up in no time and extremely high in plant protein and most of all just delicious. So follow me on Instagram if you haven't already, and don't forget to get my cookbook, and it's now available on Amazon and Apple Books as well. So you can have those wonderful recipes in your pocket wherever you go. Thank you for hanging out with me today and thank you for watching. I'll see you next time.